If you or your team use Confluence as a data center or knowledge base, I would pay attention to this video. As you can see here, Confluence is officially shutting down their data center by 2029. For that exit, they're initiating their exit from March 2026, wherein they don't allow new customers to purchase data center, but let existing customers renew for data center until 2029. And they are forcing their existing customers to migrate to Confluence cloud-only ecosystem. If you're still concerned about exclusivity, security, and governance, Document 360 offers private hosting, finding a middle ground between data center and cloud-only model. It's super secure with its end-to-end encryption and has over 50 regions to choose from. Now the data center shutdown is coming. Confluence is compelling their entire data center customers to move to Confluence Cloud. Worst part? There is no dedicated support for this end-to-end migration, despite content scalability and customer bandwidth and tight deadlines. And it's not even me saying this. A lot of Confluence customers themselves have raised their concerns in Atlassian's very own subreddit. So Atlassian stopped selling data center and still getting more expensive? Is it just me, or is both Jira and Confluence getting worse and worse? Plenty of Confluence customers panic about the lack of migration support for Confluence, but with Document 360, you'll have a dedicated migration support team for a seamless documentation transfer end-to-end despite your documentation scalability. Migration in 3 simple steps. As you can see here on Document 360's website, their migration is super simple. They simply start by analyzing your current knowledge base, they migrate all the content and optimize it for you, and they even conduct a detailed QA. Here are just some of many examples of the beautiful databases they were able to build. They're all super unique and branded. Here are some businesses that already made the switch. We have Map, Era Technology, Medicine, 3D Cloud, and Forder, and many more. With finding answers being the core for any KBs, I tried to search for an answer through Confluence Search. Of course, it gives me a list of relevant articles. Now I have to read them all one by one to arrive on one simple answer. Think of a customer wanting for simple answer and he had to go through all this. I smell complexity already. Now I tried the same query in Document 360 search to check its search mechanism. The AI by itself skims all the relevant docs and comes up with a ChatGPT style summarized answer in seconds. You can even converse and follow up your doubts as well. Document 360 can connect to a bunch of different help desks, team collaboration products, and even GitHub or browsers. They're super diverse with their integrations. Also, they have a glossary feature where you can clear up terms that are used a lot. You can either add new terms or import from CSV, but you could also ask Eddy AI to do it for you. Once you click on Ask Eddy AI, it's gonna prepare some suggestions for you. It takes a little time, but you'll see suggestions based on all your articles. And boom, just like that, as you can see, Eddy AI has 18 glossary suggestions. Let's see if we click take action. And just like that, we get suggestions for commonly used words. And then it even breaks them down into small little definitions so that it makes it much more clear for the user. So here we could actually see on g2.com that Document 360 outperforms Confluence in almost every aspect. Ease of use, ease of setup, ease of admin, quality of support, all much better rated than Confluence. So they actually offer a 14-day free trial. So if you want to try all this yourself, you can just sign up at document360.com and you can try it out for 14 days, absolutely no money upfront required. So for this example, I'm just going to set up a knowledge-based platform, but you guys can do API documentation, SOP documentation, user manual, and even software/technical documentation. Also, if you have something different, you can do your own custom one, but for now, I'm gonna do a knowledge-based platform. So then it's gonna prompt you to choose up to 2 options to include in your knowledge base. I'm going to do getting started guides and FAQs. So then this part is optional, but you guys can actually just provide your website URL so that their AI can collect all the information from your website and configure the homepage, branding, and themes to be exactly like your website. Because what's nice about Document 360 is that it's very customizable and branded, so it can stay on brand. So then it's gonna ask for brand guidelines. Here we can give the project a name, so we're just gonna write project test. We pick our language. You can put your brand logo. For now, I'm gonna leave the Document 360 logo, but as you can see, it's fully customizable, as well as the brand colors. We can change this to whatever color we want. Let's just say we put it on a random color, then we click next. So here we can set up the privacy for our documentation. We can either make it private, public, or mixed, and we'll click next. So this is the dashboard when you first open it up, and there's even a tutorial you can go through. So here it shows you how to create an article. We also can use / commands, and there's a preview so we can preview the article. So what's really cool about Document 360 as well is that it creates a knowledge-based site for you. So later on, I'm going to show you guys a bit more about that. So as you can see right here, we have our articles, and on the left, you can see that we can create folders, and in the folders, we can create our articles. Now, if we click on the 3 dots here, we can even create a subcategory, and you can make it a folder, index, page, or even a GitHub. You can connect to GitHub, which is super cool. And we're just gonna make this a folder step by step, and we're gonna click create, and then you can use a template and create another article inside of that subcategory. Now it's super intuitive. You can literally just drag and drop and move articles in and out of folders. And as you can see inside the folders, you can see all the articles and make changes here. Now, once you click on an article, as you can see, it looks very clean and it's super easy to edit and write anything so that you can create custom documentation. You can also use their AI writer to help you write documentation. This is very useful, as well as their formatting options. You can add videos, record videos, interactive demos, and a bunch of other really useful stuff that they have in here. Now I'm going to show you guys using their AI writer, their suggested prompts. So I'm just going to use one of the suggested prompts here. Let's do generate the next section for this article, and boom, just like that, it created us more content using the AI. So I'm just gonna click keep it, and as you can see, we added it on top here, but we can just copy that and delete the conclusion here since it did create another conclusion, paste it right there, delete it from up here, and boom, just like that, we added a couple more steps with the content written right here. Now, if you want to preview any of these sites, all you do is on the top right here, you can go to open site, and that's gonna bring us to our Document 360 site. Over here is what it looks like. You can also fully customize everything here. This is just their default template. And then if I click on documentation here, wow, look at this. So very clear breakdown of all the documentation. We have the subfolder right there, and then we have the get it started guide right here. Now, the reason we're not seeing the updated version is because we didn't save the update. So all we have to do is click publish and click yes. And then once it's actually published, if we go back and we refresh, right here, you can see that it has updated and the knowledge base fully updated. Even on the right here, you can see each step is broken down and it's very easy to navigate, super simple. There's an article summary that the AI can actually create so that if you don't have time to look over the full documentation, you can just read a little AI summary of the documentation. Here you can see the other folder. We have the FAQ. This is what the FAQ looks like with their template without any editing. But as you can see, it looks really, really nice. So one of my favorite features is actually in the top right. Here they have a search. And if we click on the search, you can see that we can chat with Eddy AI. So now what happens, for example, if we write how to enable step-by-step guide, we can see all the articles showing up here that have anything to do with that. Now we can even take this a step further, and we could enter to ask Eddy AI this certain query that we put. So if we click enter, Eddy AI is gonna kind of read through your query and give you an AI generated answer. This AI generated answer is based on all the knowledge base documents. It will read through everything and then give you a specific answer based on your question. So as you can see, we got the response here. We said how to enable step-by-step guide. And then it said to enable a step-by-step guide, follow these steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And then another cool part is that you can continue the conversation all in here straight in document 360. So we could continue the conversation and ask it any follow-up questions if we have any. So for example, if we say go more into detail with step 2 and then we send that off, you can see that the chat kind of continues and it will go more into detail. This feature on its own can turn a chaotic database into something super organized and easy to go through, basically using AI. It makes the process of getting answers so much quicker, and it can save your team so much time. Another feature that they literally just added is this AI chatbot that they have. So if we click into there, we can see that we can create an Eddy AI chatbot. So let's just create that. So here the Eddy AI chatbot actually has access to the knowledge base of everything we have in there. We can either do allow all content, or we can select specific ones, so we can do categories or even workspaces and languages. What's really cool is you can add almost any source of data into this chatbot. So for example, you can add a website, you can add a web page. If you just have plain text, you can even add that. If you have certain FAQs that you get a lot, you can add it into the FAQ section. You can add files like doc, docx, MD, PDF, and even the text file. And what's super nice is it even has integrations with Zendesk and Freshdesk. Once we create our chatbot, you can see over here what it looks like. This is the playground, so you can just ask it test questions. For example, we'll ask it the same question. And as you can see, we got an extremely detailed answer right here, super detailed, gives you all the answers you need. We can fully customize it, so you can change the icon, the chatbot name, some spacing, so it's fully customizable. If you want to get crazy, you can even put some custom CSS or JavaScript. And then here we could either embed it with code, or they have a feature where you could launch your chatbot instantly. And then this would basically just put that chatbot onto all your knowledge bases of all your workspaces. So all we're gonna do is click publish here, and we'll toggle the launch your chatbot instantly, and we'll click launch. Now here you can see we could customize, but if we go back to our project, as you can see on the bottom right here, now we have the little icon. If we click it, you can see that we can chat with Eddy AI straight on the documentation page. And boom, just like that, it gives you all the answers you need. And once again, you can keep chatting with it, get more into detail. It's all AI based and uses your entire knowledge base as a reference point. So now let's break down the site builder. So this is the site builder. As you can see, we can do the light and dark themes. Let's say if I only wanted the light theme, you can click save here. Then for the branding, we can change the logos. We can have the fav icon, the colors, the hyperlinks. As you can see, even the fonts, it's super customizable, and you can make it look exactly how you want so that it's branded for you. And if you guys even want to get super technical, you can literally use code to customize it. So it's fully customizable. There's nothing that's stopping you from customizing it exactly how you want. You can use your custom CSS and JavaScript. Another cool thing they have is the custom domain. So if you don't want to use their domain that they provide to you, you can just actually put your domain, and then you can add a subdomain so that it's going to be docs.yourdomain.com, which is super cool and adds that whole extra customizability to your knowledge base page. We also have some redirect rules here and some article settings and SEO settings. As you can see, there is a bunch of things here. And they also have a bunch of integrations with other softwares. So if you use Google Analytics or Google Tag Manager or any of these where you want to add this to your tracking, you can do that as well. You have your chat right here and a bunch of other integrations that you can use with them. So as you can see, this is an example of what your home overview looks like. Each person can have their account, and you can see all the tasks right here assigned to you. This is all sample data, but as you can see, it looks really clean. We have the analytics here, the comments, documents, and everything you need all in one place. If I click on tasks here, I can just see my tasks. So if we go to content tools here in the documentation tab, we can actually do a find and replace, which is super cool. In case you need to do mass changes to your documentation that has a lot of the same words, you can easily do it here. This is super useful. So for example, if your documentation has like years or something, you can do like find 2025 and replace with 2026. And then this is just going to keep all your documents updated in case you do need to do a mass update. Then we have the workflow designer here. This is just a simple way to customize the workflow to go from draft, in review to published. You can add whatever you want and change the names of these. Then you can make review reminders, tags, and even SEO descriptions. So then the next tab is a interactive decision tree. With this, you can create decision trees. So let's just create one over here. Let's just write test decision tree. And for now, we're not going to put a category, but you can do that if needed. And you could start from blank and create your steps, but I'm just going to load from a template. And as you can see, you can create step-by-step workflows. You can add buttons, radio choices, and drop-down choices. So for example, if we add buttons, we can add buttons like this. And just like that, we have a bunch of different sections that open up. And then here we can add the steps. So a blank step, a link. I'm just going to do a blank step. And as you can see, you can add an image and create a full step. But I'm just going to write step 1 and just like that. Also, you can drag and drop, you can edit, and you can fully customize your decision tree so that everyone knows exactly what to do and it's super clear. So next up here, we have the API documentation. Now, if you work with APIs, you can create APIs here and do all the documentation. Here we have the feedback manager where we can look at all the feedback and unanswered questions from all the articles so that we can create new ones or update the ones that are there right now to make sure that they answer all the questions. We can also talk with Eddy AI. So here you have the analytics tab as well. This is just a very detailed breakdown of all your articles, how they're performing, how many are read, how many likes and how many dislikes. And you can really go in depth in all the numbers to make sure all your articles are top notch. And they even have the assistive search so you can see what people are writing, if they need more information or anything. This is very useful. And here we have a search tab. We have a bunch of tabs with very detailed analytics. So if you do need analytics, they have it all in Document 360. So here they have something called Knowledge Pulse. Knowledge Pulse is a unified dashboard that brings together all project level scans. It provides a single place to review, scan reports, and explore insights across your documentation. So this is a very useful page to have as well. You just click scan now and it runs a scan of your entire database. It's super cool because it can find duplicates and help you organize even better. Here we have the widgets tab, so we can actually add widgets, which is super useful and super cool. We're just going to click add widget. So as you can see, you can add these widgets to any page. All you got to do is add this JavaScript into the header and it will automatically link your widget to that page. You can see you can style your widget, you can customize it, content access, you can add links, and it's super useful because you can fully customize your widgets as well. As you can see, you can add custom CSS, custom JavaScript, and you can even map the URL. So if you and your team are working with large knowledge bases and a lot of documentation, I highly recommend you guys to check out Document 360. But other than that, I hope you did enjoy this video and learned something new today. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys in the next one. Peace!